This Little People, Big World star is accused of snubbing Amy Roloff on Mother's Day. Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Little People, Big World star Zach Roloff has been called out for allegedly snubbing his mother, Amy Roloff, on Mother's Day. Zach and Tori Roloff decided to exit the reality show, making Little People, Big World Season 25 their last. After tensions with his father, Matt Roloff, over selling the family farmhouse, Zach decided to pick up and move to Washington with his wife and kids. This move only made the rift between father and son larger and seemed to reach other family members. Tori was slammed on social media, via monsters and critics, for potentially being the cause of Zach not spending Mother's Day with his mother Amy this year, and the comments on a recent Instagram post from Amy add fuel to the fire. In her post for Mother's Day, Amy shared photos with sons Jeremy and Jacob Roloff and Jeremy's wife, Audrey Roloff. She expressed her gratitude, saying, "Here I am with my bookends Jeremy and Jacob, two amazing fine young men. Hung out with Chris, my boys, a few of my grandkids, talked with Zach and Molly." Some fans have alluded to Zach's absence being the doing of his wife, Tori. For example, one. Coming from a tight-knit family, Zach's relationship with his parents appeared strong in Little People, Big World's earlier seasons. Even though Zach and his father sometimes clashed about how to run the farm, their disagreements didn't go further than that. Their relationship seemed to thrive with Zach and Tori living close to Matt and fancy Karen Chandler, while his other siblings sought out different ventures. However, everything spilled over when it became clear to Zach that his father wasn't selling the family farmhouse. This would ultimately lead to the feud between Matt and Zach. Even with the divorce between Amy and Matt, the family has since moved forward with their lives. With many of his siblings already stepping away from Little People, Big World, Zach seemed to be sticking it out with his father and his own family, running the farm together. His relationship with his mom, Amy, doesn't appear to be strained. Although his family has moved hours away to Washington, it seems as though Zach keeps in contact with Amy and vice versa. "I don't know what happened this year, but something feels different. I waited all morning, hoping the phone would ring, hoping for a message, a sign that I was remembered. But nothing came, not even a text. I refreshed my messages again and again, telling myself maybe it was delayed, maybe they were busy, maybe they had plans to surprise me later. But as the hours went by, the silence grew louder. It's not about needing the attention. It's about feeling valued, especially today. Mother's Day is supposed to be about appreciation, recognition, love. I didn't raise my kids to forget that. I've always made the effort, always reached out, always showed up. I never expected perfection, but I did expect something." Other calls came in. There were flowers on the table, a couple of heartfelt messages that made me smile, even laugh. But the one I was really waiting for, the one I had hoped would set everything right, never came. I tried to push it to the back of my mind, tried to enjoy the day with who was here. But that missing piece, that silence, it stayed with me. I kept thinking, maybe they're just running late. Maybe there was a misunderstanding. But how long do you wait before realizing it's intentional? That maybe they didn't forget. Maybe they just chose not to say anything. That's what hurts the most. Not the silence, but the choice behind it. People tell you to have grace, to forgive, to understand. But how many times can you understand before you start to feel like a fool? I've reached out, I've apologized even when I didn't need to. I've made peace offerings, invited conversation, tried to bridge the gap. And still, I'm the one waiting. The excuses don't add up anymore. If you can post on social media, if you can go out with friends, if you can travel and make time for others, then a call takes 30 seconds. A text takes less than that. There's no valid reason, only choices. Won't let it harden me. I won't let it close my heart. I'll keep loving, keep hoping, keep showing up, because that's who I am. That's what mothers do. Even when it's hard, even when it hurts. And maybe one day the silence will break. Maybe one day the call will come. Until then, I'll be here, always, because that's what love does. It waits, it believes. Tori and Zach Roloff became known to audiences through the series Little People, Big World. Through the years, fans have also seen their family grow with 3 children, each having a form of dwarfism. Recently, Zach and Tori opened up about what it's like raising their kids. Roloff family. As seen on the show, Zach, as well as his parents, Matt and Amy, each have a form of dwarfism. As the series went on, viewers saw the Roloff kids start families of their own. Zach married Tori Patton back in 2015 on the family farm. Tori: Zach, I had the craziest idea while shopping today. Zach: oh yeah? What was it? Tori: I was at Target and then Costco and it hit me. What if there was a crossover store? Zach: a crossover store, like Target and Costco combined? Tori: exactly. Think about it. All the cute stuff from Target with the bulk pricing from Costco. Zach: that sounds chaotic. Tori: no, it's genius. Imagine getting a 24-pack of LaCroix and a Magnolia throw pillow in the same aisle. Zach: you'd never leave the store. Tori: that's the point. Moms like me would spend hours there. Zach: so what's your pitch? Tori: it would be called CostJet, or maybe Tarco. Still working on the name. Zach: CostJet sounds like a pharmacy. Tori: okay, not CostJet, but hear me out. It's a warehouse with personality. Zach: so like a cute warehouse? Tori: exactly. Instagrammable aisles. Branded carts, merch collabs. Zach: are you trying to spend money or make money? Tori: make millions. Moms are an untapped market. We crave efficiency and aesthetics. Zach: you're not wrong. Tori: picture it. Walk in, grab a latte and your bulk toilet paper. Zach: and a cute cardigan. Tori: yes, all in one go. Zach: okay, I'm listening now. Tori: it starts as a pop-up concept. We test it in Portland or somewhere trendy. Zach: what about Hillsboro? Tori: perfect. Portland vibes, less rent. Zach: what would you sell first? Tori: mom bundles. Diapers, wine, candles. Target x Costco collabs. Zach: that actually sounds kinda cool. Tori: we launch with a VIP preview for moms. Zach: and dads get in later. Tori: dads get a corner with recliners and TV. Zach: so it's a shopping mall and daycare for parents. Tori: now you're pitching. Zach: could we sell farm stuff? Tori: sure. Zach's picks. Tractor toys, organic eggs. Zach: so I get a corner? Tori: everyone gets a corner. Leela gets a to-do section. Zach: what about Joza? Tori: baby bundles, formula, rompers, teething toys. Zach: and Jackson? Tori: Legos, puzzles, cool boy clothes. Zach: so basically our whole family is the brand. Tori: why not? Roloff merch. Zach: Roloff recommends. Tori: now you're talking. Zach: but we'd need investors. Tori: Target and Costco would fight to invest. Zach: I like your confidence. Tori: I'm telling you, this is $1 million idea. Zach: what would the layout look like? Tori: picture Costco's size, Target's layout, clear signs, cozy lighting. Zach: and those red carts? Tori: redesigned, big and red, but with cup holders. Zach: you've thought about this. Tori: I made a vision board. Zach: of course you did. Tori: Zach: I really believe in this. Zach: then let's do it. Tori: really? Zach: why not? Pitch it online. See who bites. Tori: I'm posting tonight. Zach: you're gonna break Instagram. Tori: that's the goal. Zach: what about the show? Tori: it becomes content. Building the mom superstore. Zach: you're making a whole new show now. Tori, TLC would eat it up. Zach, and so would Target. Tori, and Costco. Zach, and every parent in America. Tori, we be legends. Zach, okay Tori, let's make millions. Tori, I love you Zach. Zach, I love your brain. Tori, let's make it happen. Zach, what's first? Tori, trademark the name. Zach, not cost yet. Tori, agreed. I'll brainstorm more. Zach, and I'll email our accountant. Tori, we're doing this. Zach, Costco Target or bust. Tori, Tar Coast. Zach, too close to tar pit. Tori, true. How about Coda? Zach, like quota? Tori, still working on it. Zach, meanwhile, let's tell Amy. Tori, she'll love it. Zach, and Matt? Tori, he'll want in. Zach, he'll want to sell pumpkins. Tori, seasonal corner. Zach, you thought of everything. Tori, it's what moms do. Zach, we plan. Tori, and multitask. Zach, and conquer. Tori, let's call Jeremy. Zach, he's all about branding. Tori, Audrey might join too. Zach, Roloff Family Business 2.0. Tori, we're unstoppable. Zach, let's go make a PowerPoint. Tori, already done. Zach, of course. Tori, I want this for every busy mom. Zach, and every tired dad. Tori, we're changing retail. Zach, one bundle at a time. Tori, now let's pitch it. Zach, yeah, I saw. He barely said a word. Tori, it's like every day there's something new. A look someone gives him, a comment someone makes. I can see it wearing on him. Zach, he doesn't want to talk about it, but I know it's happening. Tori, I hate this. I hate that our kids have to carry this burden just because of how they were born. Zach, it's something we always knew might happen. We hoped it wouldn't, but we knew. Tori, I don't want them to feel like they're less than. They aren't. Zach, never. But other people don't always see it that way. Tori, when I picked Leela up from preschool, a kid pointed at her and asked why she was so small. The teacher tried to brush it off, said kids are just curious. Zach, that's always the excuse, right? Kids are just curious. Tori, but that curiosity turns into teasing. It turns into bullying. And then what? Zach, and then they feel like they have to prove themselves every day. That's not fair. Tori, it's not, and I'm just tired. I want them to grow up confident and proud. Zach, we're doing everything we can to raise them that way. Tori, sometimes it doesn't feel like enough. Zach, it's hard, I know, but we keep going. We keep fighting for them. Tori, do you ever wonder what it would be like if things were different? Zach, different how? Tori, if they didn't have to deal with this. If the world just accepted them without questions, without judgment. Zach, I've thought about that a lot, especially now that Jackson's getting older. Tori, me too. He's asking more questions. He's noticing things. Zach, yeah, he asked me last night why someone called him a midget at recess. Tori, oh my God. What did you say? Zach, I told him that word's hurtful, that it's not okay, that the kid who said it was wrong. Tori, did he cry? Zach, he held it in, but I could tell it hurt. He just nodded and said, okay. Tori, I hate this for him. I hate this for all of them. Zach, so do I, but this is our reality. It's their reality. Tori, I just wish people would stop seeing them as different, or at least stop seeing that as a bad thing. Zach, I know, and it's exhausting having to always explain it. Tori, every birthday party, every playdate, every time we go somewhere new, it's always there. Zach, the stares, the questions, the assumptions. Tori, and we're used to it, but they shouldn't have to be. Zach, no, they should get to just be kids. Tori, exactly. They should be able to go to school, make friends, play on the playground, without carrying this weight. Zach, but they do, and we have to teach them how to handle it. Tori, without letting it harden them. Zach, that's the tough part, finding that balance. Tori, Jackson is strong. So is Leela, so is Joza, but even strong kids can break. Zach, that's why we have to be there. Always. Tori, I know, and we are, but sometimes I feel like even our best might not be enough. Zach, it will be, because we'll never stop trying. Tori, I just want them to be happy. Zach, me too, more than anything. Tori, do you ever worry they'll resent us? Zach, for what? Tori, for the life we chose, for putting them in the spotlight, for sharing so much. Zach, I do think about that, but I also think they'll understand why we did it. Tori, I hope so. Zach, we did it to show that their lives matter, that they're not alone. Tori, that being different doesn't mean being less. Zach, exactly. And if even one kid out there sees them and feels proud of who they are, it's worth it. Tori, you think they'll want to keep doing the show? Zach, I don't know. That's up to them. When they're old enough to decide, we'll listen. Tori, it's just hard, living so publicly and privately at the same time. Zach, yeah, people think they'd know everything, but they don't see the tears, the conversations, the pain. Tori, they don't see Jackson sitting in his room, wondering why someone laughed at him. Zach, or Lila asking if she'll ever be tall enough to reach the monkey bars. Tori, or Joza, not even old enough to understand yet, but one day he will. Zach, and we'll be there, just like we are now. Tori, I don't want them to be ashamed, ever. Zach, they won't be, not if we keep showing them how to be proud. Tori, I hope the world changes, even just a little. Zach, if not for us, then for them. Tori, for every kid like them. Zach, for every parent like us. Tori, we're not alone, right? Zach, no, and we never will be. And I think people forget that mothers feel things deeply, that we notice the little things, that we remember every detail, every birthday, every celebration. We remember all the late nights, the scraped knees, the long talks, the unconditional love. So when we're forgotten, it cuts deep. I didn't want to make it a big deal. I didn't want to turn today into something it wasn't meant to be. But pretending doesn't make the hurt go away. Ignoring it doesn't erase the absence. I see who's there, and I see who's not. And that speaks volumes. Maybe it's about more than just today. Maybe this is the culmination of years of tension, of unresolved conflict, of words left unsaid. I've tried to heal, to move forward, to show love no matter what. But love isn't supposed to be one-sided. Respect isn't supposed to be optional. I keep asking myself what I did wrong. Was it something I said? Something I didn't say? Did I fail somehow? Was I too strict? Too lenient? Too involved? Not involved enough. The questions circle around, never stopping, never resolving. And all I want is the truth. Because the silence is cruel. The absence is loud. And the longer it continues, the more permanent it feels. I don't want that. I never wanted that. I wanted connection, unity, family. I still do. But I can't force someone to value me. I can't beg for love. I shouldn't have to. People can be so quick to judge from the outside. They see the photos, the smiles, the highlights. They don't see the missed calls, the tears behind closed doors, the aching silence. They don't see a mother hoping, praying, waiting. They don't see the heartbreak. I try to remind myself of what I do have. The love I receive from those who show up. The messages that made me cry in a good way. The hugs that felt genuine. The moments that reminded me of what matters. But I can't pretend I don't notice the gap. It's not about being perfect. I'm far from it. I've made mistakes. I've stumbled. I've said things I regret. But my love has always been constant. My presence has always been steady. I was there, and I would still be there, if they wanted me to be. So today, instead of letting the pain consume me, I'm going to acknowledge it. I'm going to allow myself to feel it, not bury it. I'm going to say it out loud. I was hurt. I felt forgotten. And it's okay to admit that. It's not weakness. It's honesty. Because maybe, just maybe, if I speak it, someone will hear. Maybe the silence will break. Maybe the gap will close. Or maybe it won't. But at least I'll know I was true to myself. That I didn't pretend, didn't sugarcoat, didn't hide behind a fake smile. I think we're all just doing our best. Navigating relationships, history, emotion. And sometimes, the weight of the past gets in the way of the present. But if we don't talk about it, if we don't acknowledge it, then how can we ever move forward? So this is my truth. I was snubbed. Whether intentional or not, it hurt. And I hope that someday there will be understanding. That someday, a call will come. Not because it's expected, but because it's wanted, because love still exists, because family still matters. Until then, I'll hold on to the love that's here. I'll appreciate the messages I did receive, the voices that did call. I'll take joy in the small things, the laughter, the memories. And I'll keep hoping, because hope is the only thing stronger than disappointment. And maybe next year will be different. Maybe healing will take root. Maybe the silence will end. I believe in second chances. I believe in reconciliation. I believe that love, even when strained, can still find its way back. But it starts with acknowledgement, with someone saying, "I'm sorry I didn't call," with someone realizing that showing up matters, with someone deciding that today is important, not because it's on a calendar, but because relationships need to be nurtured. So if you're reading this and you forgot to call your mom, do it now. Don't wait. Don't assume it doesn't matter, because it does, more than you know. And for every silent mother out there pretending she's fine, I see you. I understand. You're not alone. We give and give, and sometimes we forget we need to. That we deserve love back. That we're human, not just caretakers. And days like today remind us of the imbalance, the ache, the longing. I'm still proud. Proud of the family I built. Proud of the people they've become. But pride doesn't protect you from pain. It doesn't shield you from the sting of being overlooked. And that's something I'm learning to live with.